As recently as last year, I sat down with LeBron on camera, and he said he is hoping to hang out in the NBA until his son could also play with him, depending on when the one-and-done rule comes out. That could be 3 or 4 years from now. But since Bronny has actually started playing at the high school level, being more in the spotlight, LeBron has made an effort to take that pressure down a few notches. And now if you ask him, he just says he just wants Bronny to be a happy and responsible kid who loves basketball, which you get as a parent. You get why he's trying to do that. Still, it's not stopping the rest of us from wondering what might be. There is this ever-growing, guys, collection of father-son duos in the NBA. I mean, you could go back way further, but let's just start with Kobe Bryant and his dad, Joe Jellybean Bryant. Played 8 years with the Sixers, Clippers, and Rockets. Kobe, did he play in the league? Oh, yes, right. 18-time All-Star, 5-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP. Jimmy Walker was the #1 pick, 2-time All-Star. You might know his son, Jalen Rose, a member of Michigan's legendary Fab Five, scored more than 13,000 points, and of course, our good friend and coworker here at ESPN. There was Dell Curry finishing in the top 10 in three-point percentage 7 times. He's got 2 sons in the league, Seth and Steph. Steph, of course, finishing top 10 in three-point percentages 8 times. He's also won a couple rings there and 2 MVPs, plus many, many more. Clay and Michael, the Barrys, Bill and Luke Walton, the Bookers, the Hardaways. I could go on and on. Chiney, you are part of an athletic family. You and your sister both play in the W. So are expectations different when you know you've got that lineage to uphold and the pressure and everyone's comparing you?
You know, I don't have kids yet, hopefully in the future, not so distant future, but it's funny with my younger sisters who also play at Rice University, I feel like a parent out there. Like, I'm stressed, I'm bugging, I'm jumping out of my seat. It's just so much more stressful, and Neck and I always joke, Neck, my teammate and sister, that it's so much easier playing with each other because we can control the outcome, but you do deal with pressures, you know, as family. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are rolling this B-roll, my sister and I. But, you know, there's 2 different types of pressure. Our parents did not play sports, right? When you have a father like LeBron, and LeBron is a great example, there's so much pressure for LeBron because he was that guy, the chosen one at 14, right? Where everyone was saying he's not only going to transform the life of his family, his community, the state, dubbing him possibly like the next greatest player of all time. That is a lot of pressure. Now, for the next generation, for the Bronnies or the Bryce or even the Zaires, right? It's a different pressure. It's social media, it's technology. Bronny grew up in the time where there's overtime, there's House of Highlights, there's always a camera scrutinizing every move of his. Not so much the case with LeBron. I know that we saw him at age 14 in a different way, but these guys also have their own forms of pressure. But what I really love is how they coexist, right? Like, one of my favorite moments before D-Wade retired was when Zaire sort of ran up on him after he hit a shot, and it's like, wow, like they're embracing their parents' current state, even though D-Wade is retired now, like now he is at the games holding it down for LeBron James while LeBron is dominating the league. Like, everything comes full circle. It's tough to deal with pressure when you're in the family, but you realize your #1 thing is your support system, and they've been through it all.
I mean, this is like being a Kennedy.
Right.
I mean, and I say royalty. I mean, the guy's nickname is King James, right? And no disrespect to any of the other players, who NBA alums who are on that list. But this is the first time I can remember the progeny of a truly generational superstar. I mean, you mentioned it. One of LeBron's first public comments was, hey, I'm just waiting around for my son to make it to the NBA. So, you know, perhaps we can play against each other or together. And I just cannot imagine the level of pressure that Bronny endures. And I mean, the fact that he's well-adjusted is in and of itself, given what celebrity culture and all that social media and who LeBron is culturally, is pretty astounding.
I mean, it's interesting how they have really tried to, as a family, take some of that pressure off. You hear what they're saying now. It's been really a 180-degree change. We'll see. Who knows? We just want him to be a good kid, that kind of thing. They're sending him to a school in Sierra Canyon that has a lot of celebrity kids. First of all, it has a lot of basketball celebrity kids. Our coworker, Scottie Pippen, who, you know, Mr. 6 Rings, his son went to Sierra Canyon and graduated from there last year. Kenyon Martin's kid. I could go on and on. So that's a program that's used to that kind of stuff. It's also a school. I mean, the Kardashian kids go. I mean, it's like,
can you imagine like parent-teacher conferences at
this school?
Oh my gosh.
Where all of that, and in a way, it's a way to make a kid who, if you are LeBron James' son, all of that not feel as big a deal. The other difference, I think, when people talk about the attention on this kid as, say, compared to the attention on LeBron or some of the other big high school prodigies that we've seen in the past, one of the things that feels frankly uncomfortable if you're some of us in the media or watching these games is you see all of this on the kid and you realize this kid has on his shoulders his entire family, his entire community, his entire school and his teachers, sometimes coming from an area where there isn't much else going on or isn't much else around, and he's carrying everyone's hopes and dreams and financial security along with him, and it's all weighing on him. LeBron James Jr. is not carrying any of that, right? And I do think it's different. I do think if you are going out there and you don't know that, hey, if I do well, my mom could get a house, right? Or my whole family's life could change, versus that's not what's going on
here.
It's
material pressure versus reputational pressure.
Right? I do think it's a different kind of thing when we say, oh, God, it's so much so fast for a kid. It is. Definitely is. It's just different. And I think that's an important difference to remember when we're talking about all of this stuff. It is interesting. We've had some great kids of kids. We've got guys who are the third, right, making it in the league generationally right now, too. So we will see if this continues with the James family. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.